it's gonna be lit tonight.
Oh baby, can't
It's
wait.
going to be lit tonight, folks.
Cannot wait.
Week 2 begins, and it's a heck of a week 2 opener. And it's the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Los Angeles Chargers on Prime Video.
Prime
Can't
Video.
wait to hear Al on the call tonight. The voice of football, Al Michaels, back after hearing some terrific action called by Buck and Aikman. They were great on Monday Night Football. And that was the last game we saw for the NFL season that had a dramatic week 1 and week 2. Look at all those games on the schedule, and it starts tonight in Kansas City, where they've got the field all laid out. I believe it's the 50th anniversary of Arrowhead Stadium.
Whoa.
And they're going to have a whole bunch of people back there. It's their first regular season home game since the passing of the brilliant, great Hall of Famer Len Dawson. And it's going to be quite the night in Kansas City this evening for the deepest end of the pool, the American Football Conference Western Division. It's their second divisional game. We saw the first one just up the road from here on Sunday when the Los Angeles Chargers and Khalil Mack put their stamp on things. It was really a defensive effort with Justin Herbert putting together enough offense to win the game and keep Derek Carr either on his behind or throwing to the wrong jersey. So all that good stuff starts tonight, and we are very lucky. We're very lucky because we are going to get to see Justin Herbert versus Patrick Mahomes twice a year for a very long time. And it all started, if you recall, a couple years ago, the first matchup between these two guys was a matchup that was supposed to be Tyrod Taylor versus Patrick Mahomes, but Tyrod Taylor got a shot before the game that went to his lung, and then that was it. And Justin Herbert got the start. And, Anthony Lynn, the head coach at the time, was saying, this is Tyrod Taylor's team, as if we didn't just see what Justin Herbert almost pulled off in his first career start that he had no idea he was making on the day that he made it.
Like 5 minutes before he didn't know.
And then Herbert clearly took the reins. That was the end of Tyrod Taylor here in Los Angeles, was the end of Anthony Lynn in Los Angeles, and Brandon Staley now in year 2. And what a great start it was for the Chargers last week. And man, Herbert versus Mahomes is just great. Herbert, the young Oregon Duck kid who said he wanted to be the Chargers quarterback as a youngster, that famous what do you want to be when you grow up piece of paper, I guess, that he wrote down when he was in the 4th grade against the street baller.
Street baller.
That's all he does is play street ball. Don't forget that.
Gets out there.
He just gets out there. If his first option's gone, then, we'll just play street ball.
That's right.
And Patrick Mahomes, just that street baller, huh? That unnamed coward that called him that to The Athletic, who apparently is a defensive coordinator in the NFL. I hope that's not my defensive coordinator, I'll tell you that.
So only one person said this, right?
Coward. But that person is an actual coordinator in the NFL, an actual coach in the NFL, saying this about Patrick Mahomes, who, with his number one option, Tyreek Hill, would you say that? If Kelsey's 1A, he's 1B, then Hill was 1A? Right?
I think it's fair, yeah,
I think you could say that, and that's no disrespect to Travis Kelce, but you're talking about Tyreek Hill being his main threat. So after that, it's just street ball. Well, the guy's not there. And all Mahomes did to start the season was put up 5 touchdowns, 360 yards passing, and an offense that had 66 snaps against the Arizona Cardinals and 33 first downs. Now let's see what happens tonight. This is going to be great. And then after this, buckle up, folks. Buckle up, because Mahomes is just one quarterback matchup after another that is a full course meal, although the week 1 against Kyler Murray wasn't much of a meal. Next up is at Indianapolis against Matt Ryan, so it's a couple of MVPs, and that is going to be Matt Ryan's home opener because Indianapolis is on the road at Jacksonville this weekend. That'll be the first time that the folks in Indianapolis see Matt Ryan. And in comes Kansas City. Then he's at Tom Brady for a Sunday nighter, then a Monday nighter against Vegas when they go against what Eric Stone Street, diehard Chiefs fan, keeps texting me as my team because I said the Vegas Raiders are going to win this division.
That's accurate. Your team.
And then next up against Buffalo. That's it. MVP versus the MVP, I believe, of this year at San Francisco. A bye week, home for Tennessee. We all know that there's a playoff history between these two teams as well. That's a Sunday nighter. Good Lord. More division games than at Cincinnati on Sunday against Joe Burrow to try and exact revenge against the team that beat them twice last year, including the one that mattered the most in the AFC Championship game, a Sunday night visit to Russell Wilson, who they then see again in Week 17 before finishing the year at Vegas. Holy smokes. Chiefs football, what an amazing schedule it is. What a great full-course meal it is to watch this offense operate. Certainly with so many people doubting how potent it can still be because Tyreek Hill isn't on the team anymore. And all we saw was that Week 1 game where he slung it to so many different receivers and threw 5 touchdowns. 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's correct. One more than every running back they kind of have on the roster that can hit you in the mouth too.
Yeah.
And the Chargers tonight can put their marker down and say, last week, not an outlier, folks. We could put our marker down and say we can win our, and I'm just saying this from the perspective of the Chargers. Chargers can win their 3rd straight game at Arrowhead. How about that? As a matter of fact, the road team has won the last 4 games between these two.
You don't say.
Yes, I do. I actually did say.
I heard him.
And the Chargers can say, okay, we've got now the defensive horses to hold down this offense, to chase down Mahomes. We have maybe, we'll see a game-time decision on their prize free agent signee from New England's secondary, J.C. Jackson. Maybe he will arrive just in time for his first game. Offensively, no Keenan Allen. For the Chargers tonight, can they still go into Arrowhead and win a 3rd straight game there against the street baller, Patrick Mahomes?